And now, a special high witness report from the field. Uncle Weed, this is the Home Office. Are you there? Are you there?
Hello,
Do you read me?
the
Calling Uncle Weed.
Cannaverse.
Calling Uncle Weed.
Dispatch from Uncle Weed,
Calling Uncle Weed. Do you read me?
Cascadia, Japan.
Hello. Home office. Yes. Yes, I'm working on it now. Can you stand by for dictation? All right, just a moment. Hold the line. Going forward, I will share stories from my global adventures, seeking cannabis and culture, from Palau to Jamaica, from Nepal to Cascadia, and historical anecdotes about cannabis in all its forms, and discuss counterculture heroes, whether it be writers, artists, musicians, or activists who work diligently to normalize or in some cases, like me in Japan, can inspire your campaigns to bring the goodness of this plant to the populace. Specifically, I will share Uncle Weed's story times. Are you getting this? Which will be deep dive journeys, sharing travel ephemera. What I mean by that is all those paper tickets and stubs and receipts and postcards and brochures that you pick up traveling. I like to make them in scrapbooks or storyboards. Trips will include various decades in Amsterdam. Maybe we'll even get a guest like Captain Hooter, who just wrote a book about all the coffee shops, so you don't have to go to the lousy ones. Further, are you getting all this? All right. Just a moment. Let's catch up. How you doing? Welcome to my barn studio, by the way. This is a 100-plus-year-old barn that was built, well, before electricity or foreigners were here in Japan. Now there are both. Okay, we'll continue. Along the way, we'll also enjoy cannabis creative studio time. You see, ever since I was a little gaffer growing up outside of Vancouver, BC, I've made dispatches in various forms, starting with mimeographed newsletters for my neighborhood, then punk rock fanzines, poetry chapbooks. So if you are an artist, musician, or want to be, you have something you're writing, you want to know what takes something out of the personal and makes it public, you have all kinds of diaries and scrapbooks stashed away like I do. Great, let's hang out and make things. I love to make postcards and forging passports in particular. All right, back to the thing here. Upgrade your heroes, Cannabis Creative Studio, non-trivial matters, geographical anomalies, historical matters, legislation, blah, blah, blah. Heroes can include Kerouac, Cassidy, Hunter S. Thompson, plus more contemporary figures like John Sinclair. Do you know about him? Dennis Perron, Paul Stanford, or Eve Lentz. You know, the all-on-the-ground activists that were out there making the phone calls, holding up the signs in the rain. So, stating my credentials, High Times, the High Times article about Evergreen College, which raised consternation amongst the legislatures and the growers. And wow, was that a photo shoot. Heads Magazine, which is revitalized. I did a couple cover stories for them. Great. Cannabis Culture, which you may know as Cannabis Canada back in the olden days. Hemp for Victory book, Hemp Horizons book, all kinds of other things. So in the last year, I've had shipping containers come with all my artifacts from throughout my life that have been stashed in various storage lockers and basements. And, you know, I've been on the road for most of my life. So one day all this stuff started showing up and I got drawers full of it. Binders, indeed. I put them into binders so I could share with you. And anyway, we'll do some campfire conversations. And what I mean by that is we'll do some story time. I'll share something with you. We'll start with the HempenRoad film project, which was my 1996-97 documentary film project that went from Vancouver to Eugene, Seattle, Portland, Olympia, and the Peninsula and Victoria in between. We'll share some segments of that. That originally came out on VHS. And I've had all the backstory for all that. It's been waiting for a chance to share it with someone. So we'll share that. Then the following week, we'll hang out and we'll talk about this and do some show and tell, which was my best subject in school. Anyway, as you can see, I've got a list of things to discuss. Now, it's up to you to let me know what you'd like to investigate. Investigate together. So, find me on the server and everywhere else and dig in and tell me where you want to go on a trip. What's on your mind? What are you curious about? What inspires you? What do you want to be dispelled from myth and legend into reality, or vice versa? I'm particularly good at sending postcards, so if you'd like one, please do let me know. Chime in, participate. We'll be doing some contests and some giveaways, helping out some charities and some activist campaigns. So, if you got something, you know how to find me. Alright, I'm going to leave you with that. Okay. Yeah. Just fix it up in post. Alrighty then. Wishing you spectacular days and heady nights from your practically favorite uncle here in Cascadia, Japan. Just walk so lonesome. Lost traveler, come share your stories. I'll share my ganja. Won't you? What can change?